Our kidneys are involved in a number of important functions, including blood filtration, waste removal, balancing fluid levels, and controlling mineral concentration in your body. But did you know that about 30 million people in the United States are dealing with chronic kidney disease? Taking too much salt and sugar from unhealthy foods is just one thing that can be bad for your kidneys. Surprisingly, there are certain things, even in many healthy foods, that can destroy your kidneys, especially if you already have unhealthy kidneys or underlying kidney disease. So, in today's episode, let me tell you about some foods that can silently destroy your unhealthy kidneys. Number 1. Avocados. Avocados are often included in almost every list of healthy foods. They have a number of health benefits and are high in healthy fats, fiber, and many antioxidants. But do you know that one single avocado contains about 700 milligrams of potassium? The daily recommended intake for potassium for most people is between 2,000 to 3,400 milligrams per day. Potassium isn't itself bad for the kidneys. In fact, it's essential for our body to maintain our heart health, the health of our brain and nerves, our arteries, and even our kidneys. The problem is when you take too much potassium from foods or supplements, especially when your kidneys are already unhealthy. Healthy kidneys can conveniently filter out excess potassium from your body. However, too much potassium can put too much strain on the kidneys when they try to filter it out. Similarly, already unhealthy kidneys can get overwhelmed by too much potassium, leading to kidney damage, and in severe cases, kidney failure. So always watch out for your potassium intake, even if it's from healthy foods like avocados. I mean, you don't need to skip avocados from your diet, just eat them in moderation. And if you already have kidney disease, ask your health expert before making avocados a regular part of your diet. Before we move on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. If you find our videos helpful, please support us by becoming a patron. Number 2, tomatoes. Just like avocados, tomatoes are also high in potassium. One medium fresh tomato contains almost 290 milligrams of potassium, and there may be over 800 milligrams of potassium in just 1 cup of tomato sauce. Sometimes, certain tomato products like tomato sauce or canned tomatoes have extra phosphorus added to them to make them last longer. Phosphorus is essential for many important things in your body, especially the growth and repair of your cells and tissues, the formation of bones and teeth, metabolism or conversion of food into energy, and even the production of your genetic material like DNA. But too much of even a good thing often becomes a bad thing, right? Likewise, too much phosphorus can be bad for your body, including your kidneys. Tomato sauces or canned tomatoes may also contain sodium salts, which too can be bad for your heart and kidneys. So, always check out food labels on the tomato products you are going to purchase, especially for things like sodium salts, potassium, and phosphorus. Number 3, spinach. You may be surprised to know that the spinach that Popeye the Sailor ate to get strong could be harmful to people with kidney disease. By the way, the amount of spinach he used to eat in a single episode would definitely have gotten him kidney disease. This is mainly because of something called oxalates. They have a tendency to bind with calcium as they pass through the kidneys. In fact, calcium oxalate stones are the most common kind of kidney stones, making up for up to 80% of kidney stone cases. Healthy kidneys are much less likely to get affected by the oxalate content found in spinach. However, many experts recommend a daily intake of not more than 40 to 50 milligrams of oxalates from foods. What does spinach have to do with this? Well, on average, raw spinach contains roughly 600 to 700 milligrams of oxalates per 100 grams. Cooked or boiled spinach may still contain up to 300 milligrams of oxalates. The potassium content of spinach is also quite high, up to 400 milligrams per 100 grams of boiled or cooked spinach. So if you already have unhealthy kidneys or kidney disease, try to avoid eating too much spinach or other foods that are high in oxalates, like almonds, cashews, Swiss chard, kale, and sweet potatoes. Number 4, pickles. For the time being, let's ignore potassium and focus on sodium. A healthy individual requires about 2,000 milligrams of sodium on average, roughly 1 teaspoon. But many types of pickles, particularly dill pickles, may contain up to 1,200 milligrams of sodium in an average serving size. Not to mention the amount of sodium you might be taking from other foods you eat throughout the day. So, if you're taking a lot of sodium salts from pickles and other salty foods, it can be really bad for your kidneys and your heart alike. Number 5, apricots. Apricots contain about 259 milligrams of potassium and roughly 5 to 10 milligrams of oxalates per 100 grams of fruit. Eating dried apricots can be even worse because they contain up to 300 milligrams of oxalates and 1,162 milligrams of potassium per 100 grams of fruit. So, if your kidneys are already in a bad condition, you must consult your doctor before eating apricots, whether fresh or dried. Number 6, potatoes and sweet potatoes. Potatoes are high in potassium, particularly when consumed with the skin. For people with kidney disease, especially the ones with chronic kidney disease or advanced stage kidney disease, excessive potassium intake can be really harmful. A medium-sized baked or boiled white potato, about 150 grams, may contain around 600 to 800 milligrams of potassium. Same-size sweet potatoes may contain up to 550 milligrams of potassium. Both regular and sweet potatoes also contain some amount of oxalates, about 5 to 20 milligrams per 100 grams of their weight. Some studies have shown that cooking potatoes, especially in cold water, can considerably reduce their potassium level. Soaking potatoes for 1 to 2 hours in water can also decrease their potassium content by up to 30%. Even after being boiled twice, potatoes can still contain a lot of potassium, so it's important to watch how much of them you want to eat. Number 7, sodas. Probably the worst thing about sodas is that they often contain a lot of added sugars, which can contribute to weight gain and increase your risk of developing type 2 diabetes and heart disease. For the record, too much sugar can be deadly for your kidneys too. In addition to added sugar, dark-colored sodas like colas often contain phosphorus too. The daily recommended intake of phosphorus is 700 to 1,250 milligrams for most healthy adults. However, there can be up to 50 milligrams of phosphorus in the form of phosphoric acid in a single can of Coke. If that doesn't seem like a lot of phosphorus, consider the fact that you may already be taking phosphorus from other common things like milk, yogurt, cheese, chicken, beef, seafood, eggs, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. Taking enough phosphorus from foods according to your individual needs isn't bad, but taking too much of it can be bad for your kidneys and heart. Anyhow, instead of sodas, focus on staying hydrated with water, herbal tea, or other kidney-friendly drinks recommended by your health expert. Number 8, oranges. Before you run away after seeing oranges on my list, let me tell you that oranges contain citrate, which can even help to dissolve calcium oxalate kidney stones. But they are also high in potassium, which can be bad if your kidneys are already unhealthy. Actually, eating a whole orange may not be that bad, but orange juice may contain more potassium than your body needs. One medium-sized orange contains about 237 milligrams of potassium, but on average, it takes about 3 to 4 medium-sized oranges to produce a glass, about 8 ounces, of pure, freshly squeezed orange juice. So, the amount of potassium in a glass of orange juice would likely be over 900 milligrams. Therefore, if you have kidney disease, perhaps you should go for 1 or 2 whole oranges rather than drinking a glass of orange juice. Grapes, apples, and cranberries, as well as their juices, are a good alternative to oranges and orange juice due to their reduced potassium concentration. Number 9. Whole wheat bread. About 75 milligrams of phosphorus and 69 milligrams of potassium can be found in a single slice of whole wheat bread. The more bran and whole grains in the bread, the higher the levels of phosphorus and potassium it may have. So, if you're preparing a sandwich, it may contain about 150 milligrams of phosphorus and 138 milligrams of potassium. And that's even before you put the meat in the sandwich, which contains both of these things too. Number 10. Bananas. They are among the richest sources of potassium. An estimated 422 milligrams of potassium can be found in a single banana. So, if you are eating 3 bananas, you may be taking a whopping 1,266 milligrams of potassium. Also, eating a single banana is less likely to cause harm to your kidneys unless you are additionally consuming other potassium-rich foods, including the ones that I showed you in this video. So eventually, if you already have kidney disease or chronic kidney disease, work closely with your health expert and registered dietitian to determine which foods you should take according to your condition and your body's needs. Thank you for watching and subscribing to the channel. See you in the next video.